Well, ladies and gentlemen, Will Smith is in the news again. No, he hasn't been cucked for the 100th time. No, it's not Chris Rock or another celebrity like one of the Wayans making fun of him for being a cuck and being an absolute pussy. No, this time he's talking about politics because apparently this guy hasn't been punished enough. And I hear people all the time say, he was so distraught, he was so broken. He needs time to heal and you should be compassionate. Um, no. 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 Will Smith has lost all credibility, all reputation. There's no way that he's getting it back. He has become a joke. And it's unfortunate to say that because I grew up with Will Smith when he was the coolest guy on the planet. He was the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Now, I know that people today watching that absolute garbage tier remake may not understand the importance of that show and that it was one of the coolest shows and it showcased Will Smith being an amazing character, basically playing himself, but also demonstrating just how talented this guy was. And he went on to do some amazing things, but everyone was rooting for him. They wanted him to do well. I always wanted him to do well. Every time I saw a Will Smith project, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go see that. It wasn't what people make it out today. Like, white people back then were just so racist. If you saw a black man, you wanted to keep him down. No, 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 no. No, back in my day, I can't believe I have to say back in my day, but back in my day, racial tensions were a lot better. Now, I know that there were instances of, severe discrimination and stuff like that, but it was a more sane time. It's just, there were certain moments where things went wild, like, with the OJ trial and stuff like that, where you had black jurors openly admit that they acquitted him because he's black. And they thought that it was like, oh, well, we're going to get. It's like, yeah, there was stuff like that, but it was more acceptable to have, like, good quality black entertainment. And by black entertainment, I mean, like, Family Matters, The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You had the best golfer in the world. Who was it? Tiger Woods. Who's the best basketball player? Michael Jordan. Maybe arguably LeBron. Not, sorry, I almost said LeBron James. Kobe Bryant. Maybe Shaquille O'Neal is in that conversation. Um, yeah, it's like, who was the coolest actor? Well, Wesley Snipes was up there. Samuel L. Jackson was up there. We lived in a much better time back then. And the reason why I mention this is because it's unfortunate to watch many of these celebrities, many of these institutions fall. Thank God we still have Tiger Woods. And he's still absolutely incredible. But Will Smith, he's never coming back. He's never recovering his reputation. So what I want to do is I want to get to the heart of it. I want to play the video for you to listen to, and then we can talk about it.
And as painful as it is to hear Donald Trump talk, and as embarrassing it is as an American to hear him talk, I think it's good. We get to hear it, we get to know who people are, and now we get to cleanse it out of our country.
First of all, Will, you're in no position to be morally lecturing anyone about anything ever again. You are the pathetic cuck that walked up on stage and slapped a comedian because their benign joke offended you to such a degree, but it wasn't really the joke. It was that your life was the joke. You were cucked publicly by your hideous, disgusting monster of a wife, who I think is in large part responsible for your fucked up family. Your kids are a disgrace. Your kids are embarrassing. Your son, Jaden, he once had a promising career. I don't know what the fuck your wife did to him or what you did to him or your daughter who's now a they them. It's just it's I imagine that your life is pretty miserable, and I don't know how you get there. That was by choice. You were Will Smith. You could have picked anyone. You could have had a normal relationship, but the prerequisite to that would be that you had to act like a man. And Will Smith, you're not a man. You're a beta male. You're a loser. You're a virtue signaler, but you have no substance. You want to talk about Donald Trump? The reason why Donald Trump has so much support is because he's a man of his word. Is he an exaggerator? Yeah, absolutely. The art of the deal. He upsells all the time. The left hates it because the left hates people that brag because they're the narcissist. They think that they're the only ones that should be able to lie and manipulate and all that shit. Donald Trump has done nothing but try to help this country in 1,000 different ways. Has he been perfect? No. There are things that you can criticize, and I think that that's rightfully so. But will you and people in Hollywood are so ready to call out other people, but you're not willing to look at yourself. You're not willing to look at your own failure and your own life and get your shit in order. Instead, you want to talk about, we're going to purge Trump supporters. No, you're not. What you're going to do is continue to get cucked and embarrassed. People are going to make fun of you for the rest of your life. People are going to make fun of you for the rest of your life. You are going to be Will Smith, the fucking joke. The guy that was so triggered that he got up on stage and attacked a comedian who was smaller than him for no reason. And Will, as a Trump supporter, what I want to say to you is this. Maybe Trump should go have an entanglement with your wife. Wouldn't that be funny? Maybe he's too old. Maybe Don Jr. I hear she's open for it. I would give it a go myself, but I don't like snakes. Your wife looks like a fucking snake. She looks like she's about to shed her skin. I mean, look at her. She just looks gross. You look at her and it's like, yeah, that has all the markings of like a viper. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to do a video on this. This fat blob used to be Whoopi Goldberg until she apparently ate so much that she turned into the ant in Harry Potter. Let's see. I mean, yeah, I can sort of see the difference. See the comparison. If I, use the invert feature. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just shit posting at this point. But Whoopi Goldberg should be fired, and The View should be taken off the air. No, it's too much comedy. I mean, Jesus Christ, what happened? Jeez, is this an old picture? What the fuck? What the shit? Are they just using old photo? That's a terrible photo. But Whoopi Goldberg is genuinely awful. She used to be really cool. Like, as Guinan, and it's like growing up. Yeah, she used to be so cool. Guinan. Who would have thought that she would have turned out to be a massive fucking cunt? Gross. The Gateway Pundit, so, take everything here for what it's worth. Oh. Yeah. Well, what do you expect? These people are fucking monsters. They're soulless, godless people. Let's see. Roman. This is kind of.
Was not charged. I know it wasn't rape. There is a
statutory
child
molest, maybe. I'm not sure
it was something. It was something else, but I don't believe it was rape. And when we get all the information, somebody will tell me in my ear. All I'm trying to get you to understand.
Yeah. So this woman is a rape apologist, a child molestation apologist. People in Hollywood, I want you to understand, have no moral ground to speak on any issue ever. And I do mean ever. There's no issue where they are right or more moral than everyone else. Continuously, they demonstrate the opposite is true. And so people like Will Smith make these sort of statements because the truth is that instead of putting his own life in order, it's much easier for him to come out and to make fun of you and to make fun of Trump and make fun of Trump supporters because it's an easy outlet. Because he doesn't want to deal with his fucked up kids. He doesn't want to deal with his disgusting whore of a wife. He doesn't want to deal with his own issues, so he takes it out on you. Because it's easy. It's cool to hate Trump. The media does it. Hollywood does it. Politicians do it. Hell, it's perfectly okay. And Trump supporters, well, if the president of the United States can say that Trump supporters are basically terrorists, I mean, Will Smith can come out there and say, well, we're going to purge you from the planet. No, Will, you're not. What's going to happen is you will continue to be an embarrassment to the human race. You will continue to be a cuck. You will continue to be the butt of jokes. And one of two things will happen, or one of three things. Number one, you wake the fuck up. You leave your wife. You get your life back on track. You start making huge, sincere apologies. You turn things around. Maybe you get back in Hollywood or start doing independent things. You start trying to revive your reputation, doing it alone. Maybe you find a woman and start another family, start it off right. And that would be the happiest ending. Option number two, you realize that your life is a fucking joke. Your wife's going to continue to fuck other guys, including your son's friend. You're going to continue to be the butt of jokes. You're going to continue to be an embarrassment. You're going to lash out and blame everyone else for your problems and not deal with them. And then eventually, maybe you will get depressed enough and realize that your life is over and put a gun in your mouth and pull the fucking trigger. The third option is that you just continue to deal with it. You just suck it up. You take all of it in, let your wife cuck around, and you just live with it. Those are your three options. I recommend the first one, by the way, if you want to know my opinion. Because even though you said that you wanted to wipe people like me off the planet and out of the country, I still hope that you get the help that you clearly so desperately need. Because you're very talented, or at least you were, before you destroyed your life. So, the choice is yours. You can do what you want. You're an adult. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, go check me out on Rumble. We are up to 7 followers. Now, I want you to understand how important this is. I'm trying to build up an alternative channel because YouTube sucks. There are things that I cannot mention on YouTube that I would love to talk about. And in fact, When we get enough followers on here, I'm going to start uploading exclusive content to Rumble. I mean, it's not going to go up on YouTube. It's going to go up on Rumble only because I think it's that important. But my goal is what I would like to get to, and this may not be reasonable, but so I'm asking you here. I'd like to get to 20 followers by next week. If we can do that, I'm asking you here, if we can do that, that would be a good first step. And I think it's so important. So please, take some time, go to rumble.com, sign up for an account. It's free. I wouldn't be asking you to do this if it cost anything. Just type in, let's see. Fan Advocacy Network. There we go. Right there. Click on it. Follow me. All right? Well, I appreciate you watching, ladies and gentlemen. I will have more videos for you in the future. See you next time.